The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Sounds like you're taking a piss.
I'm taking a piss, dude.
Welcome to Rareform Radio. I am your host, along with the other host, Dan Cleary.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is Todd Newman.
I don't mind being called your sidekick, by the way.
No, you're not my sidekick.
I know. I'm just trying to be nice.
We're equals.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, so am I. I'm trying to be nice, too. Everybody knows that I'm the real host.
Yes, they do.
Welcome to the program. Dan, I understand last week I couldn't get it together to record. I had a bunch of shit going on, so I couldn't do it. I understand that you did some stuff with Frank. How did that go?
I mean, as everything is with Frank, it went pretty smooth. Wait. No. It was pretty much unusable. It was almost completely unusable.
So you didn't post that show?
Haven't yet. So I was lazy. I didn't even edit that show. So I don't know what's up, but Frank's Wi-Fi or something, like every minute or 2 minutes, it would just be,
Well, we were planning on doing a show with him on it tonight, and you guys have spent like the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing a weird clicking on your
every
end
now
at
and
all?
then a little?
What the fuck is that? Yeah.
I don't know. I heard it last week too, so it might be me. It's my. Either way, we'll get through it.
Yeah, I was on Zoom earlier today, so it wasn't on my end. Anyway, so you guys are trying to troubleshoot for like the last hour before I just came on to this program, correct?
Yeah.
And we started, and like within the first 3.5 seconds, he was like, "Well, Dan, you're not," and then he just went.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was it. So
yeah,
I was
much.
like,
yeah, we had
get his fucking shitty south of the border fucking Wi-Fi out of here.
Dude, it's like the Taco Bell Wi-Fi he's using or something. You know, it's terrible. So yeah, we tried last week. We got like in some good conversation and things were rolling, and then it would just kind of pause. So what we might do is, if our show is postable, if what we do tonight works, maybe we'll tack on the Frank thing at the end. So everyone listening, stay tuned to the end. Maybe you'll hear an extra interview with me and Frank. Maybe you won't. Who knows? But
I won't ever see that interview.
No, you won't.
By the way.
You won't.
No.
How's your day?
So what's going on? My day, I'm really fucking tired. As you can tell, I'm a little slow. Like, I'll pick up in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little caffeinated tea here. I'll start drinking that. I'm fucking exhausted today. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's the state of the world. I don't know if I'm old. I don't know if it's my children, but I just can't get it together today.
I'm willing to bet it's all of those things.
All a cocktail.
Yeah.
A cocktail of human bullshit.
I keep saying it. I don't know how you and your wife are doing this, like with kids and homeschooling and trying to like make a living. And I don't know how families are doing this, but good for you guys.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually I'm fine. You know, like, okay, got to do what I got to do. But just today, for some reason, man, I just been fucking tired all day. And it's also. I know you have asthma, but is that similar? Do you have allergies that couple with that?
Yes.
I never had allergies my entire life until I moved to Los Angeles.
That's
growing
weird.
up 20 some odd years before I moved here, never had allergies living in New York. The 2 days after I got here, I'm like, why are my eyes so itchy? Why? I mean, I get that the air is fucked up out here and everything. But that's the thing that I think that I'm tired today too. Is like my eyes were fucking like I wanted to scratch them out of my head, and I've been sneezing, and like you could probably hear even my voice is a little nasally right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I had allergies so bad as a kid, and they got way better when I moved here. But they still sneak up here and there. Like with the fires and shit, it's way worse for me.
Yeah. I just can't. My body can't take the air in Los Angeles anymore. Like I might have to move just to save my life.
You wouldn't be the only one. Everyone's leaving. So many people are leaving. Do you have friends that are leaving or in the process or have left?
I've have a couple that have been gone for like 4 months, and there's no prognosis as to whether they're gonna come back or not. Like
did they like escape for a while?
After a few months, they couldn't take it anymore. Like, fuck it, I'm going to go back here, or I'm going to go to this new spot for a little bit, and they've just been gone.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you got to come up and hang out, or you got to come this way, Midwest. Or I'm like, I would love to. I just can't find the fucking time.
Yeah.
I planned 3 different trips so far. First, some of them they're not personal reasons to me, but they're personal reasons to the other people, so I won't really divulge. But I planned 3 trips to get the fuck out of Dodge for just like 4 or 5 days. Up north was one, and I it was kind of my fault a little bit too. Like I had something that I needed to do, and I could have rescheduled it. I already made the plans to go. And then I was just like at the last minute, like, fuck it. I was going to drive, which it was like a 14-hour drive or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
And I was going to just do it, like get in the car by myself and just do it. And at the last minute, something else came up and I could have pushed it back, but I was like, fuck it, next time. So that was kind of my fault. Then the second time I was going to go somewhere, and I bought a plane ticket and everything. I was going to brave the airlines and like fucking wear a mask and just get up to where I had to go. And like 2 nights, I'm already packed. My suitcase is packed. And 2 nights before, the person I'm going to see calls and like the trip's off because something tragic happened with a close family member, like family member type thing.
Right.
So I was like, fuck. Then I was supposed to go last week. I was supposed to go somewhere. I was supposed to drive with my friend to Austin, and I was going to stop in Dallas and go see Oliver.
Okay.
For a couple of nights because I've been talking to him a lot. And then I got a call like the night before they were supposed to come and pick me up because they were going to come down this way, and then we were going to drive like 20 hours to Texas. And they're like, oh, something happened and the trip's canceled. I'm like, I'm trying to get away for my own sanity's sake, and it just gets fucking floundered every time.
Yeah, and my wife and I were looking to like do a weekend away somewhere in the next like month or two. And everything is booked right now. Like people are just going out of their minds, especially in California, because we're still, I think we're still on one of the stricter sides, which I'm personally fine with, but it is a bit like people just want to get the fuck out of here.
I know, but I mean, I have mixed feelings about the stricter side of things. I think we're in a state that's on the stricter side for more political reasons than health reasons. Not that I'm saying that there's nothing going on.
No, I know
I'm
what you
certainly
mean.
not. Mm-hmm. But like, open places up, man. People are losing their fucking ass. People are losing their businesses. This fucking mom and pops are closing down left and right. Like, let them open up and let people be safe about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it, but like, okay, you can go back into restaurants now. 2 weeks later, oh no, you can't anymore. Like, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
I get all that, and then there's like, and I know for me, like I go on these walks every night, and stop me if I've told this already, but I see so many people outside eating, and outside it is the best place to be, but I don't know why it still bothers me to see. And I there's nothing I want to do more than go with my friends and have dinner, but I don't want to be one of the people that gives the appearance that things are fine. So I'm torn with it too. I don't know what to do.
Well, I drive by these restaurants like on fucking in Hollywood and shit like that, and they're all outside. Mm-hmm. everybody's together. I mean, they're not really being safe about it, and I don't really even care about that part. Like, I'm not going to sit in a crowded restaurant right now,
right?
But it's like, if they're going to let them do that, just let them go inside and fucking be at 50% capacity or whatever. Like, it's killing people. It's killing people's businesses. I know a ton of people.
But again, by not being safe and not enforcing those things, that's why we're still dealing with this fucking bullshit. Still dealing with it.
I know. But I think it's all a hoax.
Stop, please. I can't. I have never been more argumentative in my life, and I'm fine with it. I am fighting with everybody. I'm fighting with our boy Riley. I'm fighting with my family. I'm fighting with friends. I don't give a shit. I'm having a blast.
You're fighting with Riley?
I know. It's probably not
He'll
smart.
Kick your ass.
He will kick my ass, but I'm not scared of anybody. And I'm right.
And he might even fuck it.
Oh, that's cool. I will definitely push those boundaries.
Keep poking at him until he fucks you in the ass.
Exactly. I win. I don't know. You're so happy you're off of Facebook, because I am going nuts on there.
Look, let me be completely honest here. There's been a few times I felt like poking back on, and like I made the mistake. I made the mistake once of poking back on because someone told me from back east, like, dude, you got to see this thing, and they sent me like the link to the post, and it was in Facebook, and I didn't realize if you deactivate your account and you just click on the app for before 30 days is up, it just restarts your account again. Like, you have to wait the 30 days for it to fully deactivate. So I did that once. And I was like tempted to start. I realized like how addictive it is, because I was tempted to start. Well, let me see what everybody's up to since I'm looking at this one little thing. And then I just said, fuck it, and deleted everything again and deleted the app and stuff like that. But no, I can't do it. I can't, not now with everything that's going on. Like, I just first of all, I hear everything that everyone's talking about anyway. Like, I don't need to wake up and open my phone while I'm taking a shit or something and have it start my day, because by the course of the day, I will get 5 different texts from people saying, did you hear so-and-so? Where'd you hear that? On Facebook. Where'd you hear that? On Facebook. So I hear everything that's going on anyway, even not being on it. But like, Facebook, Twitter, they're all gone. I open up my Instagram. I look at some pictures, like a few, scroll by a few more, and I'm done.
Twitter is still great. Twitter I still love. I may ditch Facebook at some point, or at least no more posting, just messages, just like working out some baseball bat deals and catching up with some friends. But posting I should stop doing that soon. I'll either stop in 3 months or in 4 years, 3 months. That's when I'll stop.
Everybody knows, like, I thought about that too, like the messaging aspect, and anyone who knows me that I care to get a message from has my number or my email, or my Instagram, which is public and anybody can DM me anyway. So it's like, if someone really wants to get a message to me that badly,
they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. The fucking Facebook.
It's smart. Like, literally, just like right up to the moment that we started the show, I was on there fighting with some dude who I've met one time. He's like a friend of a friend, kind of like acquaintance of an acquaintance.
Right.
And, we do not agree politically. And I don't even know why we have these conversations. Like, I'm not going to change his mind. He's not going to change my mind, but I want to bitch about it, and it's on my feed. So don't come on my feed and argue with me. Just like, if you don't like it, ignore it. But I guess I'm opening up by posting. I'm allowing it to happen. So
yeah.
It feels good knowing that I am on the right side.
That's why. Well, you and I had a little discussion about the COVID thing just 2 days ago. Yeah. And you texted me that you disagreed with me on a few things.
Let's get into it.
All right. So,
bombshell news.
Apparently, the president has COVID. He has coronavirus. Correct? Apparently.
Yes.
So you texted me the other night. We should talk about this. And and everybody knows I don't really like to get too heavy into the political talk on the show anyway.
But we do love irony. We do love irony.
Yeah, we do love irony. And I said, yeah, cool. All right, we'll talk about it. But this is when it first happened. Like the news had just broke. And I was like, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a political ploy. I think he's going to come out of this like 2 weeks later and be like, look, I'm fine. See, I told you it's nothing to worry about. I'm handling everything fine. I got it. And I'm, healthy as a horse and I'm magnificent and say all the things he's saying. And he was behind in the polls. So like he could use that as an excuse not to go campaigning and not to hold rallies for a while or whatever the cases may be. I was like, you know me, I'm a conspiracy thinker.
Sure.
And you had said that you disagreed with a couple of those things. Mm-hmm. And I didn't text this to you, but in my mind, I'm like, well, there goes mine and Dan's friendship because I'm right. And if he doesn't see my line of thinking, then he's the enemy.
Fair enough. That's where we're at, I guess. That makes sense.
Because isn't that the world we live in, right? Like you don't agree with me 100%, so I now hate you.
Right. That is the way things are right now. Right. I like to think I'm not actually that way. I like having discussions. I'm very capable of admitting when I'm wrong or like I can be swayed if someone gives me some facts. So let me give you my thought, because a lot of people are saying they think he might be faking it as a Hail Mary to...
I don't think so anymore in the light of the news of the past couple of days. Like, I think he has it, but I think it's actually worse than they're letting on, if anything.
Let's slow down. Let's allow a very short amount of time to talk about this, then we'll move on to other stuff.
All right, so I see how it is. So when I make my point, it's a short amount of time, but you're going to talk.
Point. No, that started because
you're going to talk for a while, and then when I'm ready to respond, they say, you're just like him. You're just like him. You're just like him.
You're doing the Todd thing where you ask me a question, I start responding, and then you immediately interrupt me. Immediately.
Yeah, that is the Todd thing. Yeah, I'm going to use that when I campaign.
It fucking sucks. I hate it so much. Let's get into all those things, but in order.
Okay.
So a lot of people think that he might be faking it as a way to either gain sympathy or to, like you said, miraculously come out and say, it wasn't that bad. This is not a problem. Open everything up. Or say, I took the vaccine, the experimental one, and I'm great. I feel better than ever. I feel like a young man.
Right.
All those
Everybody
things are
buy it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, whatever the fuck. He'll use it. The reason I think that's bullshit, and this is not even a political thing, but knowing Donald Trump the way everyone does, you can't really argue that he's not a narcissist, right? Mm-hmm. We can kind of agree on that no matter what. So
that's what I like about him the best.
Man. Okay. I'm going to try to stay focused here.
Okay.
Not get angry. So he's always talking about how strong he is and how smart he is. And he's been downplaying it forever. And, for a while it was a democratic disease, the way like AIDS was the gay cancer or whatever the fuck.
Right. Wait, it's not?
Well, we'll get into that too. We have a lot to talk about.
Wait, you can get it if you're not gay?
Okay, we'll get there. Okay. I have some bad news for you later on. I have some bad news.
Okay.
I think if it was fake and if he were trying to do that, it would involve him pretending to have a weakness. Like in his mind, and I think in a lot of his followers' minds, like having COVID is a weakness. It means you allowed it to happen or you're not strong enough to fight it off. Mm-hmm. So it would be a narcissist pretending to have some kind of weakness and be weak and to be dumb enough to get it. And what was the last thing? I don't know. I just lost my entire
but a narcissist won't think I'm going to act dumb enough to get it. Like, I'm going to act like I got it, even though I've said that I'm the smartest person. Like they don't even consider those things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
who knows if it's strategists that said, like, look, the bottom line is for real, without making jokes here. I thought that was my knee jerk. Like, I'm not buying it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And in light of the coverage and the doctor saying like he's with his oxygen dipped a couple times, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I believe he has it. You know what I mean? It is the ultimate irony, just like a Joe with the biggest mask, and then he's got like
2 days later, yeah.
And he did look funny in the debates to me. And Dave and I were talking about that, like he looked a little disheveled, he looked a little weird, he wasn't his sparky usual. Really, yeah, he was interruptive, and but he wasn't like the pit bull that he was in the Hillary debates, I thought personally.
Do you think that has to do with
I think he was sick.
Yeah.
No,
that
could be crowd. Crowd could be thing. It could be a thing, but you know, and I'm not saying that he knew that he had something or whatever. Like he just be tired, you know, when you first get onset of symptoms. Who knows, man? Who knows? It is going to come here. You want to come and say hi?
Who we got here?
Lola.
Ah, nice.
Hi.
What's up, girl? How are you? Oh, she can't hear.
Hi.
What's up, Lola? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. You wanna be a co-host on the podcast tonight?
Yeah.
Cool. What's new with you?
Nothing much. Mostly just relaxing at home.
Cool.
We're talking about whether we think Trump is lying about having COVID or not. What do you think?
No. Well, I at least I hope he's not lying.
You hope he has it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, good girl. I'm proud of you.
She hopes that he has a horrible disease.
I do too. I'm getting so much shit for people.
In fact, I heard her say earlier that she hopes he has AIDS too.
Well, Lola, you can pretend you didn't say it. We all know that you did, but I'm on your side too. I hope he has AIDS, brain cancer, erectile dysfunction, all of it.
Do you know what erectile dysfunction is? It's when you can't get your pee-pee hard. Just so you know, Dan brought up the subject of erectile dysfunction to my 11-year-old daughter.
At least she's not 10.
Hoping it on the president of the United States.
Actually, I'm almost 12.
Yeah, she is almost. Look, you ruined it because I know she's going to be 12 very soon, like within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
And so I've been saying she's 12, but I said 11 for dramatic purpose. So it made Dan look like a fucking moron. To say it to an 11-year-old is worse than saying it to a 12-year-old.
Very true. Very true.
You got to learn these tacts of manipulation and propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make people look. Actually, yeah.
Believe me, you want to make Dan look like an asshole.
If you have half of your dad's DNA, so half of you wants to make people feel bad and embarrass them.
Yeah. No, that's also my mom, so I'm actually fully.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you're screwed then.
She's 100%.
I feel bad for your future husband or wife or whoever you end up with.
I just gave her these glasses today.
They look really cool. They look good.
Thank you.
They're my old ones from way back in the 90s.
Do you need glasses right now?
No, I just like the look of them.
They look good.
Thank you.
Very nice. Cool.
Fuck out of here.
Bye, Dad.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
It's a good kid.
Door.
Good kid.
She is a good kid. Yeah, her birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So will this be her first? There'll be her first COVID birthday with no like party. Are you guys doing some kind of outdoor?
We're going away.
Park. Okay.
We're gonna take her to. I'm not gonna say where we're taking her to, but her and her brother and me and my wife. We're gonna go. She's gonna take a friend that we know the family well enough to know what they've been doing. So they're
vetted.
Yeah, they're vetted.
Yeah.
And they'll go swimming and
cool
shit like that. So that's what she wants to do.
Spoiler.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. I don't know where we're at, but that's yeah. So interesting shit. The irony is just amazing. And then oh shit.
Excuse me.
Oh shit.
That was me choking on irony.
Are you one of his Secret Service guys from today?
Yeah. Right.
Did you see that?
No. What was that?
So today, Trump left the hospital.
I saw him leave, but I didn't.
So he
I just
got
saw
into
him
the
leave. I didn't,
he got into the presidential SUV,
right.
which is fucking hermetically sealed so that no toxic gas attacks can get in there.
Right.
So basically, the Secret Service people were in the most dangerous position you can be in with someone who is an active COVID patient, just so he could drive around the hospital and wave to people.
Yeah.
To his own Secret Service dudes. All right, let's move on to shit.
I guess if you're the philosophy being, hey, if you're willing to take a bullet for me,
I'll just
get in
kill
the
you.
fucking car.
Yeah, I'll just shoot
get,
you.
Just get in the car because it's part of your job.
It's the equivalent of him literally taking out a gun and shooting his Secret Service guys. Oh my God. So this is kind of funny.
Wait, did you see the Jim Carrey doing Joe Biden?
Awesome.
The skit itself was
It was all right.
It was bland, like they always are.
Right.
But just his entrance, because for those of you who didn't watch it,
SNL we're talking about.
Or the debate itself.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden came out and he did this little move where he went like this to Trump. He walked out of the curtain and he came out and he went like that to him, right? And Jim Carrey did this thing where if you haven't seen it, go look it up.
If you're listening, Todd did the finger guns, like the kind of,
Oh yeah, if you're listening and not watching us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did a little open hands, like, hey, let's do this, and then he gave little finger guns. Yeah. And Jim Carrey does this impression where he walks out, and that's all that's really funny about the skit to me.
Yeah.
What's his name? Baldwin's always great,
mm-hmm.
But he does this thing where he comes out and he whips his glasses off and he's just like he's just cocking the gun. Oh, it's worth seeing. I can't do the physicality.
It was good. Did you watch the whole episode or just the beginning stuff?
No, I watched that and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't found Saturday Night Live funny since like Belushi was on it. What happened?
Got it. We're running out of time. We got 10 minutes left because we started it with Frank. So we're gonna do a Yep. So
he fucked the show up even by not being on it. He fucked it up.
He absolutely did. Yes, he absolutely did.
So can we just stop?
Yep, we'll stop right now and then pick it back up.
All right, let's just do that.
Cool.
Stupid, worthless, no good, goddamn freeloading son of a bitch, retarded, big mouth, know-it-all, asshole, jerk.
Last thing you were saying is you haven't really watched SNL since Belushi, if you want to pick up there.
Yeah, I haven't really watched SNL since or maybe the Eddie Murphy days. I'll give it that.
Someone was saying, I think it might have been on Stern, but like everyone's favorite era of SNL is whatever it was when you were in high school. Is that about right for you?
Not really, because the Belushi era and the 70s era, I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And because I have a brother that's 5 years older than I am.
Yep.
He would watch it and I would stay up and watch it with him. And then I would go to school and talk about it. Excuse me. And no one would know what the fuck I was talking about because unless they had a brother that was older or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, so I would talk with teachers about it. But, so that was when I was younger. And then, I think even when I was in high school, it was already kind of waning for me.
Who was in like the 80s cast?
That was like Joe Piscopo, Eddie Murphy. Who else was on it then? I don't know. They were the two to watch.
That was okay. What's it? Jane?
Tim Kazurinsky and those type of people.
Yeah, I never saw really any. I mean, I've seen like sketches that have been on YouTube since then, but I never watched any of that. I was all like Adam Sandler, David Spade, Will Ferrell, those guys.
I mean, I caught the Will Ferrell stuff, like the cheerleaders and shit like that, but I wasn't into it then. But the Adam Sandler thing, that was like after I was out of high school already.
You were in your like past that phase.
Yeah. You
would have loved. You probably.
Who I just don't think he's funny.
Oh, okay, yeah. On those shows, he wasn't my funniest guy, but for me, it was all about Norm Macdonald doing Weekend Update. That was the fucking best.
See, that's something that I've watched in the last few years over and over. If you go onto YouTube, just put in Norm Macdonald and watch everything that comes up. Every single thing that comes up.
Maybe the most underrated comedian that we have living today.
He is the most underrated comedian. I think he's complete genius and he's brilliant too. Like that whole act, that's all an act. Like him playing dumb.
Oh yeah.
To get your reaction and your response or whatever. But watch. There's one where he's on Conan with
Tiffany Amber. The actress. No.
Not Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
No, but it's
the actress who was on Melrose Place.
Yes, and they were talking about the movie Chairman of the Board.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah,
go and watch that one.
Yep.
Because there's a moment where Conan puts it to him like, "Do something with that, you freak!" Like that's not ruining anything. And what he does is so fucking brilliant. He shows. I am the smartest, quickest, wittiest, most brilliant person in the world in that moment.
In fact, we may roll the dice and put that clip in this episode.
It's so fucking genius.
That's a perfect example of his genius because, like, you're being told, like, "Hey, be funny now, be smart now," and what he comes up with is like next level. It seems like it would be simple, but it's so fucking genius. No,
and for him to just come up with it like that is just great. He's the fucking best.
Good call.
Watch all the O.J. Simpson, Michael Jackson compilations of him talking shit on Weekend Update about those guys. Like they're so fucking funny.
I can't believe he got away with some of those comments about OJ or Michael. He was calling Michael Jackson a pedophile like before it was cool.
Yeah. There's also that clip of him on The View or one of those with Barbara Walters and all the women or whatever. And he starts going into the Clintons. They killed the guy, right? They killed him. And they're like so mad that he keeps saying, he's like, what? I'm not joking. Like, didn't he kill a guy?
he like does not care about making you uncomfortable.
No, that's his whole thing.
Yep.
That's his whole thing.
It's like Andy Kaufman-esque as far as like, I don't care if this isn't making you laugh. Yeah. This is for me.
Yeah. And there's also a great, I think it's Jim Brewer telling the story. I think it's Jim Brewer. Or it might be David Spade, whatever. It was somebody on Stern, and they're telling the story that Norm Macdonald and Chris Kattan had a beef.
That was Spade.
Yeah, all right. So
Spade. Yeah.
It was one of those guys, but find that where they're talking about Norm Macdonald and what he does to Chris Kattan. Where it's like, I think it's Pamela Anderson is on the show.
Yeah.
He keeps going. Hey, Pamela, he's got all this rage because he's gay, and he keeps doing it. It's the best. Anyway, do not watch our show or listen to our show.
Turn this off.
Go right now. We willingly tell you, stop what you're doing right now and go watch Norm Macdonald shit for the rest of your evening.
2 more Norm suggestions before we move on. The single funniest thing I've ever seen as far as interviews go. Did you ever watch the Dennis Miller Show when it was on HBO?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, it was fine. The show was fine. But there was one episode in the 90s, like early or mid 90s, where his guests are Norm and David Spade. And it is the single funniest 15, 20 minutes of anything I've ever seen because Norm and Spade are so close and just bust each other's balls. He has a whole bit about Joe Camel looking like a cock, and it's so fucking great. And have you watched Dirty Work? You must have seen Dirty Work, right?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's Norm and Artie Lang, and they're like they start like a revenge for hire business. And
it's a film?
Oh yeah, it's a comedy.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
It's so stupid, but some of the best lines ever.
All right, I'll definitely check that out.
So watch Dirty Work.
There's also one time I think he's on Letterman where he keeps going. Just the stupid stuff is really funny too, where he's like, yeah, sometimes I'll lay down next to the Empire State Building and go, look at how big my cock is. Like just the dumbest, but it's the way. And he'll say it like 15 times.
And that's it.
Until
you repeat
it's
it
funny.
until it's funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is something we've been trying to hone for years.
One more thing.
Please. This is the Norm episode.
Yeah, we praise this man.
Yeah.
When he's talking about, he's like, a buddy came up to me. It was Patton Oswalt was the comedian that came up to me. He's like, with the whole Bill Cosby thing. And he goes, you know, the worst part of this thing, this whole Bill Cosby thing, is the hypocrisy. Norm goes, I don't know. I think the worst part of this whole thing is the rape.
There's a similar joke in Dirty Work.
Then the drugging.
Then maybe the hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy is like way down on the list.
The worst part is the rape.
The worst part is the rape.
He knows how to make a word so powerful. Just the way he hangs on it, waits for it is so good. So have you ever seen him live?
No, I've actually been introduced to him before. I didn't really have any valid conversation with him, but I was with someone who knew him. And but I've never seen him perform, which I would still love to do.
He's taller than people expect, I think, right? Is he a tall guy?
He seems like a tall guy. I don't, he seemed tall to me, but everyone seems tall to me.
Tall guy, huh?
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
On the tall side.
If you get a chance to watch his last, I think he was the last comedian to appear on Letterman when Letterman left. And he does this whole thing about Germany. That's fucking so hilarious.
He was Letterman's request. He wanted him to be his last comedian. His specials are on Netflix. He has one. I think it's my dog named Hitler or something. Really, really good.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, he's the best.
Where do we go from here? I mean, what do we do? What?
Go ahead.
We're so bored in this house. We've started like going through stuff and trying to rearrange our entire home. And because she's working from home, she needs an office, and I kind of need an office too for music stuff and doing this and for as long as we can. So we're turning our dining room into her office. So I've had to go through a bunch of old like dressers and just kind of move furniture around. And I opened up a drawer that I forgot I had, and I want to show you some stuff. Okay. That's where I found my rubber pussy sex toys that I literally forgot I had that Larissa gave to me. There was a Sasha Grey, like life-size silicone pussy and asshole. That was a blast. But then I found a stack of porn DVDs. Remember those from back in the day? And it made me realize, a lot of those. It made me realize how much I miss film titles. So I pulled up this one. Raunchy Sluts. Like it was so to the point back in the day. Oh, can I show that? Yeah, there's nothing. You can't see anything. And it made me like bummed. Like you go on YouPorn or Pornhub now, and it just like kind of explains the clip. But the old days of like the clever titles are just over with. You know what I mean?
Big black dick cream pies Asian pussy.
Yeah, not good.
There's no creativity.
No, I remember when I was a kid, as soon as we were 18, me and two other friends went to like a sex shop. We had to drive like into Worcester, Mass, which is like the dirty capital of Massachusetts. We went to a porn, like a sex shop, and looked at the DVDs. And I'll allow you to make your jokes, but we walked through the gay section just to see what was up there. And those
I don't think it's a joke. I mean, there's no joke to be had there. Like, finally glad you're admitting it.
There, thank you, appreciate it. Okay. And they probably have the best titles ever. There was one called Sack Lunch, which, if you don't know, a sack lunch is like construction workers when they go to work. The brown paper bags are called a sack, and you put your food in there. But it was a gay porn called Sack Lunch. Then there's one called Creme de la Face.
What would have been cool? I like that one. What would have been cool if Sack Lunch, if it was a guy holding a bag and it actually had ball sacks in the sack?
Oh shit! like Dahmer style.
Like a snuff porn.
Yeah, that'd be good. And then there was one, it was a Christmas theme, and it was called Jingle Balls.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really good. So then other ones I found, like, I was really into these things. Naughty calendar auditions, where like girls are tricked into coming in for like a modeling shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then,
raped. Basically,
well,
lied to, and then taken advantage of. That's
they
the
were
kind
raped. They were just kind of like promised a gig that didn't.
Promised something else, but ended up fucking and sucking the people that
Yeah, I
promised
wouldn't
them.
call that rape. I'd call it misdirection, if you will.
Mischievous trickery.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. And,
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I miss those old days. Did you ever buy porn? Did you ever buy films?
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, I started watching porn when it was on VHS tapes.
Me too.
So
I remember the first one I saw.
I
remember the first
there
one I
used
saw.
to be a place on Fairfax. These Russian guys owned it. It's like a bike shop now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a regular video store in front, and then they had porn shit in the back. And like, I was like, you know, hey, Dimitri, like I knew them all by first name, and they would tell me, oh, we have new titles in back.
Oh.
Big guys coming in chicks' faces. Like it was just the most. I would go there, and then I would come home, and I would take like 8 showers just because of how dirty I used to feel. But yeah, I used to buy, and then I started. First, I would buy a film, and then I would and then I was like, I'm wasting my money, and my stacks are getting high because VHSs take up way more room than compact discs. So
you got guests coming over. It's hard to like throw a full blanket over it.
Yeah, so I would start buying compilation tapes. So it was just a bunch. You know, I was trying to get more bang for my buck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've really lagged on the porn world lately. I haven't watched porn in a long time, or I kind of fell off that wagon.
Go through phases, and plus, like again, like with what's going on in the world, and just being at home with your family all the time, where are you going to find time? Like you don't have any alone time anymore.
Yeah, but if I was really into it still, I would find the time. I would wait for people to fall asleep or whatever, you know, like, but I don't even have the desire right now.
Yeah.
This is the longest stretch I've not had that desire. Not that I'm not thinking sexual thought or anything, or my libido hasn't diminished. Just it doesn't do it. Porn isn't doing it for me. Right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I one time jumping back to porn names.
Mm-hmm.
I one time had a lengthy conversation. Remember I told you I was in that film that Ron Jeremy's in also, and him and this other guy kill me in the film?
Yes.
I had a lengthy conversation with him about porn titles.
Oh, great.
And I guess, I don't even know if you remember this show. Do you remember the show Ally McBeal?
Yeah, of course.
Huge.
I watched all the time. Yeah.
So I was doing all these parody names, and I wish I remembered a bunch more than I'm remembering right at this moment, because, and maybe I'll come back with that list next show or something. But I was like, yeah, you know, you guys should do a porn called Anal McFeel, or like I was taking all the current event topics and making porn names out of them. And Ron Jeremy himself, the man himself, said to me, he's like, you know, you can get paid like that. There's people that just do that come up with the titles. It's like a job that people have.
Oh my God.
And he was like, yours are good, man. Yours are good, you know? And he was like, you should fucking definitely. And I'm like, I just never did anything about it. But I had like, just like with, you know how my mind works with the cunt game and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I got to show you something. But yeah, I had a conversation with him about titles.
Amazing.
And had him cracking up. Yeah.
That is great. Still, it's hard to beat Edward Penis Hands as maybe the best one ever, because it's so, it requires no thought, and it's fucking great.
Well, it actually, it requires no thought, but invokes a lot of thought.
Yes, it does. Some of the best thoughts.
So my brother just made this the other day and sent it to me. And I said, we have to go down this road of like recreating the exact sets and the characters and make a porn out of it.
Do you want to text it to me?
No.
I can't tell.
I mean, I will.
Is it
Wait.
Love Boat?
Yeah, but wait. Let me just get it away from the light.
It's not quite working. Oh, wait. I can't see what it fucking says. The cunt boat?
Yeah. I don't know where that glare is coming from.
It's not a glare. It's just like your screen's too... dim your screen, your phone screen.
Yeah. Can you see that?
No.
Now?
Like literally like
no.
Open it and dim it.
All right, hang on. All right, I know how to do that.
I'm not sure that you do because you're stupid. Right. There we go. Yes. The cunt boat. That's great.
But the fact that he went and got the actual font,
that's really good.
So he sent that to me the other day, and I was like, it's so funny that we're just happenstance talking about that right now, because we went down a whole road of a Captain Stupping instead of Stubing. Like, Isaac the bartender has just a huge black cock, and
I want to do
that's kind of things I talk about with my only brother. Those are the substance of conversation we have.
If he wants to work on gay ones with me, I'd like to, and I want to start with doing Family Guys, and it's incest gay porn. Family Guys.
But is it animated?
No.
Is it animated?
Family Ties. But
I thought you were talking about Family Guy.
Oh no! Oh, I guess there is a show. Fucking A. Alex P in your mouth, Keaton or something. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be fun. The only porn I ever bought, I went to Boston with friends and I bought the
Meredith Baxter Bush.
That's pretty good. I bought the Pam and Tommy Lee video. That's the only one I've ever actually paid for. And it went to Tower Records.
Paid for lots.
Went to Tower Records and they had it. We had to call ahead, and they put it aside. And I paid $65 for it. And I can't imagine spending $65 on porn now. And if I'm ever $65 short to buy a house, I'm going to be so pissed off.
I want to remake that video, re-edit it, and put Ving Rhames' voice from Arby's when you see her pussy that says, "We have the meats," because her vagina looks like a roast beef sandwich.
I think you're crazy. It was one of the cleanest ones I've ever seen. I'm going to look at it right now. It's clean, dude.
You obviously haven't seen enough up close and in person to really make that judgment call.
I've seen I owned the film. Pamela Anderson nude.
Put it in search Pamela Anderson's pussy looks like an Arby's roast beef sandwich and see what comes up.
Dude, I'm gonna send you this right now. It looks great. It looks fucking great. Good for her. I wish I had a pussy like this. Come on, look at that. I can't believe this is what our show is.
I didn't get any.
It's coming right now. Clean as a whiz. Clean as a whistle. Dude,
No,
I would eat spaghetti marinara out of that thing.
I'm sure you would, but that's not what we're talking about. I would too, but that thing is not attractive.
Okay. Frank, put it in the video.
It looks like it.
Let people vote. Don't really, Frank, you dummy.
It looks like a smiling clam.
Actually, it's funny.
Sideways.
If you look at if you turn it sideways, imagine Homer Simpson's mouth.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, guys.
I'm zooming in. It looks like Homer's mouth.
We have the meat.
I wonder. Let's see if let me see here. This might have to be blurred.
Look, I'm not trying to disparage. My cock is no fucking prize either.
That's for sure.
But that is not an attractive vagina, and there are attractive ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Frank, blur this out.
I think you're just. Yeah, it does look like.
Frank, censor that, will you? Thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh. Did you see that condom story?
No, what's that? Oh,
think it
I
was-
did actually. The
Korea
condoms that are no, I think it was China.
or Taiwan or something?
Yeah.
Someone,
What's the difference?
Some Asian country was busted in a raid. They had 300,000 condoms that they were in the process of cleaning and repackaging to sell.
Yeah, they were used and roll them back up and resell them.
Vietnam.
And I guess, oh, there you go.
There you go.
See, it's will like that. It's that kind of mindset that beat us in the war.
True.
They're willing to go to that length.
They'll do anything for $1.
They're like, you just roll it back up, put a little lube in there, you know.
But let me ask you this:
you just can't.
Where did they get the used ones? Like, where do you get 300,000? Like, are whorehouses a big thing in Vietnam?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brothel type places. Yeah.
So, did they maybe have a deal with a brothel or something?
You just do like 5 cents. Like it's the same principle as returning soda bottles and water bottles in our country. Is what they do. There's that little stamp that says 5 cents. You know, Maine, New York.
Right.
It's their version of that.
What's the worst job you ever had?
This show.
Oh, well, that would imply you get paid for it.
The worst job I ever had. I had a lot of jobs. What was the worst job I ever had?
Like, I hated being a busboy. That was a tough job.
I was a busboy. It was tough, but like I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I've been a bartender. I've been a bar back. I've been a waiter. I've worked construction.
That sucks.
I've worked as like house painting. Construction kind of sucks, especially when you're not in the mix of doing the actual stuff and you're kind of just there.
Right.
It sucks more, you know.
And when you're the guy that's just there, you end up being the guy that fetches stuff and carries stuff in and like does the heavy shit.
I've worked in pizzerias. Like I mean, I've had a lot of shitty jobs, but nothing like I had to clean toilet or clean up puke or whatever, you know, like I guess.
Were any of your jobs worse than cleaning out used condoms?
No.
Okay. That's what I was getting at.
No.
That is a rough one.
I mean, how do you clean them? Because, you know, I don't know if many women know this, and I don't know how many women listeners we have, but to all three of you, cum is waterproof. Like if you jerk off, and men know this in the shower, in a water situation,
Elmer's.
it gets everywhere and it sticks to things because it's not waterproof. It doesn't wash away with water. You need soap to get it to really wash out. So it's not a case of like you just spray them down with a hose and they're cleaned. You have to like soap them up and get it off of there. So I wonder what the process is, the cleaning process.
If I were the foreman at that factory, I think the best way to go about it would be to get like some dudes with some big dicks, and you put the condom on their dick backwards and you just suck all the old cum off of it. Just go down the line and just clean them.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. And then when you're done sucking it all off, just kind of like roll it off, like roll it back off the dick.
Yeah, so
right in the package.
That's the thing is you would need to put something in it to roll it back properly to get it rolled and flat. So if it's already on the dick, you're kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Right.
Maybe there's a future for you in Vietnam.
I mean, I got nothing going on. I don't know when I'll be back on tour. I'll be the foreman, and I'll show everyone, like all the new guys, I'll show them the right way to clean the rubbers.
Yeah, watch it, Dan. He know how to suck.
That's racist and funny.
I know. Oh man, I'm married to an Asian. I'm allowed.
That's true. Does she have? She's Korean, right?
Yes.
Does she look negatively at any other Asian races? And if so, you don't have to say which ones, or you don't have to answer.
Oh yeah. There's a whole hierarchy in the Asian community.
Do you know the order?
There's a great. Well, the order according to her, I'm sure, isn't the order according to others. It's usually
the
Korea and Japan. Korea and Japan are usually at the top of these tiers, and then it goes like Korean, Japan, Taiwanese, and like Chinese, Vietnamese, like, and they don't even consider Filipinos Asians. They consider them Polynesian, which is different.
I can see that.
Yeah, which I happen to agree with that. But oh yeah, there's a hierarchy, and you got to remember there's a history there that most people don't know, most Americans don't know or don't realize, of like Japan invading Korea, and like the truth is that all of the Asian cultures stem from China in the first place and spread out. You know,
I didn't know that actually.
That's where, yeah. So like if you trace your roots all the way back, which my wife can do, she can trace her roots back to, because she's 100% Korean. There's like 3 kings, the Korean kings, and she can trace her lineage back to one of them.
Oh wow!
Based on her, her parents and her grandparents and everything, and their last name and how that works. But they all come from China at one point. Like those 3 Korean kings were Chinese and settled, Korea. So, but yeah, there is a hierarchy there, and it's just like here. If you talk to Latinos in Los Angeles, there's a whole hierarchy. It's not just Mexican people. There's Peruvians, there's Ecuador, there's this, and there's a whole hierarchy that goes on. So like the racism within the races, there's a great skit by Dave Chappelle where he talks about, he's like, he's like, everybody black and white. He's like, who has no beef with anyone? Asians. The only beef they have with anyone is with other Asians.
Yeah.
And then he goes into this whole thing that's very funny, but it's true. It's true. They hate everybody equally, but it's Asians that hate Asians.
They agree that they don't like anyone everyone non-Asian sucks, but within their own similar look, there's
yes, there is a hierarchy.
I like it. Do you know Bobby Lee at all? Have you been around him with Dave or anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know him from other circumstances, and I also know him. And I also know him through Dave, and he's been on Spread TV before. And
I love him.
Bobby's he's hilarious.
I want to get him on here sometime.
Me and Dave have gone to see him a bunch of times perform.
He's so fucking
hilarious.
Funny. Do you ever watch or listen to his podcast?
I don't watch or listen to any podcasts.
That's true. There's some good ones out there. It would help you feel better sometimes.
I know there are, and there are ones that I'm really interested in that people would be like, "You gotta," and I just don't. I don't know what my aversion to it is. I guess because if I get hooked, that's all I'll be doing, type of thing. But I don't listen to this show.
Right.
I don't either. I've never listened to Dark Matter.
Yep.
I don't really listen to other podcasts.
The
only talk radio I listen to is Howard Stern.
Yep. I've listened to Dark Matter when I'm not there. If I'm like on a trip and you guys are doing a show, I would listen. I've listened to this a couple times when I haven't been there. But I don't like listening to us. We're fine, but I just, like you always say, I'll be too critical if I listen back.
Yeah, I'll start thinking I should have said this, I shouldn't have said that. I sounded this way, I sounded that way. Like once I've said it, and like there's nothing I can do about it. Especially, it's a little easier here in this situation because we're recording it. But we love the live show, and I I don't enjoy this as much, obviously, and we've talked about that
course.
before. And I don't think anybody does, you know, in that sense. But we like it being live. And for me personally, I like knowing that what I'm saying is being heard right when I said it, and I can't take it back. And if I've stumbled on something or I've said something that I feel bad about, I got to dig my way out of it at that moment. I also like, again, when we started the show and I was like, I'm fucking so exhausted. It's like, I like when we're in a studio and it's like, okay, 9 o'clock hits. I have to get it together no matter what fucking argument I just had or what was going on with my kids or whatever. Like, that's the time. When we're like, okay, let's test the mics and let's, we're running out of time. Let's stop and start again. I just hate that shit.
Of course.
You know, yeah. So
eventually it'll be over. But I brought up Bobby because he has a couple podcasts. He has one called his main one with his girl. It's called Tiger Belly, which is really, really funny. And he has one with comedian Andrew Santino called Bad Friends. So if you're listening, both of those are great. But he talks a bit about the Korean hierarchy stuff. And he never wants to break it down, but I'm happy that you just did. Like, he doesn't want to discuss what he really
Koreans
thinks.
think they're on top and Japanese think they're on top. That's the two main that I know of, you know. And I've told this on Dark Matter before, so I could say it again. But like, when my father-in-law gets a little toasty, and he'll start going into like the spoon. Did I ever tell you about the spoon? Have you ever heard me talk about the spoon thing?
No.
He's like, the spoon. Basically what he's saying in broken English is that those goddamn Japs would still be eating with sticks if we didn't invent the spoon for them. Like,
oh yes, I do remember.
I remember one time me and Dave were on Greg Fitzsimmons' podcast when it was like brand new.
I remember that.
Doing it on Howard's channel. And Dave and Greg had a misunderstanding that got totally worked out, and due to that, we went on his podcast. And I told that story in full in a different time where I was doing the imitation and everything. Not that I'm afraid to do it now, but like, I've done it already.
Right.
And when we got off the air, he came up to me and he was like, dude, you got to start doing stand-up or something. He's like, that was fucking hilarious. He's like, that would be a great 5-minute bit. And I'm like, yeah, it's a true story. It's not like just something that I wrote, you know, but yeah, you see it come out like, you know, this is also a man that lived in Korea in a time when like Japan invaded their country and was at war and all that and was served in the military. So like, you know, it's warranted.
Right.
But it's just a fucking hilarious scenario that like, because Koreans like are very into soups and stuff in their cuisine and like they invented the spoon. He said those fuckers would still be eating with sticks if it wasn't for us.
And he just will not get past it. He'll keep it with him until he dies. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best. It's one of my favorite in-law memories.
That's a pretty good one. That's great.
Where are we at now, time-wise?
About an hour.
All right.
We can wrap
by
up.
the
Get something
way,
else. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to say this. When we hit that break before, and you could edit this part out or you could keep it. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
We need to put a frozen, like we have to have Frank's frozen face like blurry, kind of like, you know how there's a blur as the marker to hold the space.
That's a really good idea.
A mental note.
I think I still have that in the video. That should be great. Awesome.
So fucking funny.
Yeah, I got nothing else, man. That's it, I think.
There's no questions? We didn't get any?
No. We got to get back to doing stuff live or get in the same studio or something.
Yeah.
We really got to get some phones up and going. And
I feel like that's coming closer, especially because the election's coming closer.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I feel like shit's going to open up more if we don't have a civil war
People keep saying if, but I'm still saying like it's happening. I mean, not to end the show on a serious note, but
No, but it's going to get worse. And I'll tell you this: my take on it is with the election, because of COVID and because of the mail-ins and all that stuff, no one's going to be satisfied. Either side is going to say call bullshit, and you already got the left out there protesting and burning shit down and breaking windows. But the right, what they do is they wait, and they're going to come out of those like bunkers in the middle of the woods, armed and organized and everything.
All that stuff's already happening. That's already happening.
But it's going to
I know.
But wait until after, that's, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So who knows?
I mean,
who knows?
it's if the COVID president, loses, his people are going to go nuts and take to the streets, and there's going to be bloodshed. And if COVID president gets another 4 years, these protests, which also includes riots from other people, is going to go on for 4 years. I mean, it's going to be crazy here. So let's just keep doing this podcast and do what we can to stay sane.
Well, my point is this. My point is not the politics of it. My point is, I feel like soon we will be able to get back in the studio.
I hope so. Yep. I hope so.
When was the last time you got tested?
Maybe about a month and a half ago. I'm probably due for another one just because I just like to know.
All the dicks you sucked.
Yeah. I've been cleaning a lot of rubbers in Vietnam. It's quite a commute, but I feel like I'm doing good work for people.
Yeah, you are. You're
when was your last
providing a
test?
service. A week and a half ago.
Okay. Yep. I mean, they're good to do. I've had 3 or 4. And people ask me why I keep getting them. I just like to know. I just want to have the what's the word? What's the term? Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. I haven't been sick, so I mean, I get that there's the asymptomatic and you want to know type of thing, but like I've had a bunch of them, and until I get really sick or until I have to go somewhere or
get back
come from somewhere, that's when I and it really, I don't really give a shit about myself. It's because if I do, I don't want to give it to the kids if possible. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
So hopefully we will see you next week, and hopefully we'll be in the studio soon. Thank you for listening and joining us.
Thank you, Tom.
And thank you, Dan Cleary, and we will congregate again soon.
I'll do the Frank one too and see if it works to throw on the end of this, the other interview.
Oh yeah, you could do that, and also find a freeze frame of where
I will for sure. That's a good idea.
Find a freeze frame and put it in that as the marker.
Cool. All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Later.
And self-medicating, so the medication. I don't understand your shame in that, considering what's happening in the world.
Hold on a second. Your internet is freaking out for a second.
Okay. Sorry.
A little skippy. It's a little skippy, but we'll get through it.
My bill. Did that? Oh
no.
Maybe I should really pay my bill.
It's a bit. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, really?
As you know, all of our listeners are always asking us for stuff to watch. Is there anything that you would like to recommend to our Spanish audience? You're frozen. You're frozen so funny right now. There you are.
Oh, really? Really? Yeah, that's funny. You know, we just did a Zoom, like 2 hours Zoom on this thing, and it works fine. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, it could be my internet. It could be my internet too. So who cares?
And you know, it's just I guess.
Oh my God! It's so frozen. I don't know if you're talking or not, dude. This is just like... Oh my God. There you are.
Yeah, no, I was about to text. I'm like... That was crazy. I just checked my whole internet and I got like perfect bars everywhere.
I got perfect bars too, but who knows?
I don't know if maybe the recording might be messing with that, because I know I'm like, that's something I haven't done on this thing before. And
this should work, but this could make for good video though.
Let's hope so. Otherwise, people are gonna definitely, at least the audio. Hopefully, the audio will be salvageable.
Sure. Oh, it will. I'm sure it will. And if not, like, we can cut around all this shit. But I think the video on your end might be fine for you. So you might be able to find ways to.
Right.
We can have alternate edits and B-roll and alternate takes.
That's the way to do it.
So frozen for like 15 seconds. Oh my God. There you go. I got you.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's like I keep checking my internet and everything is working. Like I said, it's been a very, I was telling a friend of mine that I feel like I've been just living in a really, really long Twilight Zone episode, because these last few months are just, if we're going to be cooked up together against our will, so to speak, then let me try to be a pleasant person, to be a person.
Oh, you froze.
Oh, wait. Hang on. What happened?
Yeah, I lost your video. Lost your good audio.
Hang on. Sorry.
I can hear you, but not with the good mic.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought I had it plugged in, but it wasn't plugged in. But
all good.
Well,
oh, you froze. Frozen. Still frozen. Wow, still frozen. This is amazing. Hello? I can hear you, but on the bad mic again.
Oh, okay.
Now I can't hear you at all. Now there's no audio.
Test 1, 2.
Got you.
Okay. Sorry about that, Dan. I don't know what the heck is happening.
We're gonna have a lot of editing to do, but that's fine.
Apologies.
That's fine.
Testing.
No, can't hear you. You go back up.
Testing.
Yeah, it works. We'll just do that. We'll do that. 2, we'll get through
it. So here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Frozen.
This is awful.
It's crazy. Okay, you're back now.
All right. Firefighter.
Right. Oh, you're frozen again. Frozen.
I mean, I know that you got friends in law enforcement. What are you?
Are you with me? You're seem frozen again. Yeah, you're very frozen. Very frozen. And I'm not going to feel bad for making you feel sexual. You're frozen.
Spielberg was just coming out of...
God damn it, Frank. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I don't know what's going on. LOL.
I think Spielberg was just coming from finishing Schindler's List. And
you see Schindler?
No, Schindler's List.
Okay, I thought you said Schindler. Yeah. Okay.
It was the bad connection.
Uh-huh.
But really.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Frank.
What is going on with this thing?
Frozen. You've been frozen for 10 seconds. Frozen.
I've heard that before. I heard that from someone that it's MK Ultra. He knows that giving LSD, they were given LSD or some type of hallucinogenic, and then they dressed up as aliens to just kind of, to see how they would react. And it's like when you go down these rabbit holes, you kind of crazy. All sound
Frozen. Well, we're having a lot of technical issues tonight. Wi-Fi connection issues, and I keep losing you. It could be me. So I'm going to wrap up now, and then we're going to do this again very, very soon with Todd. Thank you very much for coming on tonight, Frank. It's good to catch up with you.
No, my pleasure. Again. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm happy to be here, and I'm sorry for all the, I don't know what's happening with this thing. I'm going to double, triple check everything.
When we edit it, it might be like a 15-minute show, but that's okay.
All right, yeah, it's all right. It's like a quickie for this week.
But miss you very much, buddy. It's good to, like I said, good to catch up and good to see you. And you're frozen right now, and it's hilarious looking. Just incredible. There you are. You're back. Thank you very much for editing the show these last bunch of months and being a very important part of this team, even though you're not on with us as much as you should be. But,
I know. I will try. Hopefully these issues will not persist, and hopefully I can join next time.
Absolutely.
All right,
Frank. And everyone, thanks for listening. You can find us Twitter, Instagram at rareformradio. We're on a Discord now. Frank and his wife set up a Discord. I don't know what the fuck that is, but can you explain a little bit without freezing?
I have no idea what that is. That's Genevieve's world that she manages. But yeah, it's like a cool place for people to hang out, share stories, links, pictures, and all that good stuff. I think I saw Steve Isaacs in there. So
yes, we did.
You know, it's getting serious. So if you don't want to be the last one to the party, join the Discord. I'll post the link here, or however, I'll ask how to join.
Do you know what it is offhand for people that are listening? No, you don't. And you're frozen. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back ASAP, back with Todd Newman after he feels better. Thank you, guys. We love you immensely. We do this for you, and you listen, and it gives us fuel. Love you. Talk to you next week. Bye.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.